Chosen ones, welcome and welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell by the thumbnail of this video, I put a little image on the side, in the corner, and it says, "This is not a sign." So I want you to understand that this is a sign. It's a sign about your perspective on things, about things in life, about relationships, work, whatever it is that you're passionate about and you're trying to do. Just everything. Honestly, just say everything. Count it all joy. It's about everything. Okay? Sometimes we have to learn how to take a step back, to be grateful for certain challenges, and to see them as opportunities. Failures, to see them as the fundamental building block to success. You have to have failure to achieve breakthroughs to success, and that's something that you learn with a lot of reflection, with a lot of time. It's not something that you really appreciate when you're going through the failure or going through something that sucks. You're usually not very grateful for that, you know what I mean? But I think that we need to shift our perspective on things a bit. You need to have a shift in perception. How are you perceiving something? To really bless it, to be an opportunity, to be a positive over a negative. So, I mean, there's many ways of doing that. I'm not going to break them all down in this video, but I like to write. I like to reflect. I like to think, and I just like to sit with myself. I like to think about things. I like to consider. I like to brainstorm, to write about various topics. Sometimes I like to reflect even, and I'll listen back to something I've said, or I'll read comments like what you guys say, and guys or gals. And it does bless your perspective when you shift your perception of, oh, this isn't getting enough views, I'm not very happy with it, or whatnot. It doesn't really matter. It's just how you perceive a failure, something that you're not seeing grow, seeing that this thing isn't as positive as you want it to be even. But it's really a gift to yourself if you're able to shift your perception by taking a step back, looking at it sometimes from an outside perspective. I think that can be one of the most positive things we can really do is look at things, look at ourselves even from an outside perspective. I just hit 250 subscribers on here. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy with this channel's growth. I appreciate the humble beginnings, believe me. I'm very grateful. But some would say, well, my videos, the old videos are doing better than my more recent ones, or just 250, that's it. Like some people have really high expectations, but they don't understand the process. It takes time, it takes failure, it takes the will to fail to learn how to be successful, right? And you really can bless your perception of these things, of these videos, these songs, these workouts, these writings, whatever it is that you're doing. You can bless your perception of it by shifting your perspective just a bit, by being grateful for how far you've come. It might not look like it to somebody else, you know. It might look like, oh yeah, it's just 100 subscribers, like, yeah, they'll drop off, or, you know, like, oh, it's only like 10,000 views, they're not that in it, whatever. Count it all joy, because that increase will come, and you'll know how to create that increase with time, with reflection, with gratitude over what you do succeed from. And some things, like, it'll be like, wow, this really, like, it reads as this is not a sign to continue, you know, this is looking like I should stop. But then if you just shift your perspective just enough, you can perceive it just a little differently, you can count it as an opportunity. You can say, you know what? I can make these changes. I can go back to my roots with what I started in this thing, and I can really reinstate that and see how that multiplies, because it already multiplied me to this point. Why wouldn't it work to multiply me to a better point from here on? And that's a big one too, you know. Remember why you started. Because when you started, you could see the full image, you know. You didn't have any subscribers, you didn't have any listeners to your songs, you didn't have anything written down even. But now you have notebooks, now that you have videos, now that you have people that want to hear what you have to say, you can keep things going in a way that's congruent with what you got you here by reflecting on the start point, by remembering and refreshing your brain with all that has transpired since that start to now. And if you like to write to, you know, keep track of your thoughts and all this is what I like to do. You'll find that there are some nuggets in there that you can work off of, that you can almost piggyback off of your own self, off of your own ideas, or off of topics that you kind of touched on, but you didn't like fully immerse yourself in. But there's a lot of depth that you have, chosen one. There's a lot that you have to rely on. Your story, it's meant to be glorious. You're meant to win. You're meant to win big. An everlasting victory is coming in your life. You just have to change the way you perceive things just enough so that you see this is not a sign. Really, it is a sign. So I hope this video is tapered off real nice there for you. But it's really hot out here today. I'm wearing black, so what do I expect, right? But I'm trying to keep this as regular as possible. I've had a lot of people at home over the last couple of days, so it's been a bit harder to record. But I didn't want to give myself excuses today. I wanted to record and put a nice message out there for y'all, and I think this accomplishes that. So change your perception. Bless your perspective. That's what I got for y'all today. Much love. God bless. And please, have some patience. Take some time to remember that you are a human being. You're not meant to be a cog in this machine that doesn't work. It doesn't work for your soul. Okay? It's forgotten our souls. We don't owe it anything. We don't owe it the sweat off our back. We owe a lot more to ourselves than what we owe to this worldly system that we're born into. Right? So don't feel guilt tripped by society or society standards. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is just rest, is just do nothing. And that is another way you can bless your perception, can bless your perspective through that. So have a great one, everybody. It's a nice Wednesday here, and I hope y'all take care. Peace out.